This is Travel and Bang. You ready? Let's do this.
Ah yeah, it's time to travel and bang, baby.
Okay, back for another episode. Hit you with some deep thoughts, okay? Because this is the channel geared toward not just travel and banging, but self-development, becoming the best version of yourself. This is an epiphany that really hit me hard. I was always thinking, what are the number three for 2021 that I think every man needs to put under the microscope to make his life the best. This is so simple, but this will make every dude's life the best. Now, of course, this is geared more towards single guys. I'm giving advice to single men. If you're not, just check it out anyway, because you never know. Everything is temporary. You know, your marriage might not last, playboy. You know what I'm saying? And women that are watching, I appreciate it as well. You know what I mean? And so check this out. The three main holy mother effing solid core value that you have to apply to life. First, I'm gonna hit it's ridiculously so simple, but it is so serious, okay? It's your health. You know, and it's easy for people to say, oh yeah, that's it. No. You gotta look at it a little bit more serious than me just putting it out there like that. You know, I grew up as a teenager through the 90s. So, you know what I mean? And about the time when I got in the US Army, I was in my early 20s. That's when DMX was really blowing up. So to see DMX gone, you know what I mean? DMX turn into another Tupac type of figure, you know, a dead legend, let's say that. And then recently, a couple days before, another dude who I grew up as a teenager listening to died. And that really hit me even harder, was Shock G, also known as Humpty Hump from the Digital Underground. And now he's gone. And what I think all these brothers had in common, all these musicians, a lot of these cats have in common, without getting deep into psychology and their personal life issues, is the health. Do you know what I mean? Your health up here, mental health. It is so vital that you keep your mental health in check. Okay, I've spent most of my life off and on fighting depression. You know what I mean? It's no secret. My friends, they have their bouts with their demons as well. So, and I know this is something everybody can relate to. Your mental health is so important, and there's supplements out there that you can take to boost your brain's dopamine hormone, to boost your brain's serotonin levels, all these hormones that you need to feel balanced, to feel worst case scenario, just to feel okay. You may not be, you know, having rainbows of sunshine blowing out your ass, but at least you're good to go. You have enough hormone equilibrium in your brain to keep your spirits up. And at the same time, when you taking these supplementations for your mental health, you want to make sure your diet is on point. They say that 90% of people in the Western world are dehydrated and don't know it. That can lead to aneurysms, that can lead to heart attacks. You know, ever wonder why some people say, oh, you know, they got a bunch of strokes and stuff? Most of the research has shown is because they're not drinking enough water, H2O. That's where the aneurysms, the strokes, the heart attacks a lot of times come from. So you may make sure you're hydrated, diet, take supplementations. For instance, I take, this is the one I really take that makes everything just beautiful. It's a over the counter, it's a Mucuna. They actually have a product on Amazon. Maybe I'll leave a link below, a Mucuna with ashwagandha. So you have the Mucuna and the ashwagandha working as a combo, you know what I mean, for just brain health and to make sure, you know, your equilibrium of your hormones is right. This is so vital, so important. You don't understand. If your health isn't there, everything sucks. You could be a multi-gazillionaire. If your health ain't on point, nothing matters. You know what I mean? What is life when you don't feel good in the vehicle? Your body's like you know, it's like the car you drive. You know what I mean? Would you rather drive a Lamborghini, a Maserati, or whatever luxury or whatever car brand you're into? Or would you rather drive that, or would you rather drive a hoopty, old broken down, you know, looking like it's about to fall apart hoopty, right? Of course you would go for that tricked out luxury car, a race car, Fast and Furious thing that you're into, right? Then your body is that. It's that car you're driving. It's the vehicle of your soul. So why don't you take care of it? Why don't you give it high octane fuel so you have the best fuel in your body's engine to run, to make it happen during the day, so you can go on the grind, so you can knock out your goals. So I know it's so petty that I gotta bring this up, but so many cats, they just stuffing horrible foods in their body. Just horrible. And then they end up dying a slow death. Okay, that's the first. The second is this. The second is standards. A lot of single dudes out there I see don't have no standards, or they portray it in public to the people that see them like they got standards, but in reality they don't. Have you ever been out? Have you ever been out and about driving, or, you know, grocery shopping? You're out somewhere and you see, I don't want to be mean, okay? I'm gonna be real about it. You see this discombobulated, really challenged in the looks department woman with 3-4 kids. Challenged in the looks department, weighs 300 pounds of lard, fat, and all I can think to myself is, who procreated with this woman? Who procreated with this, you know, who? You know what that is? Somebody procreated with her. And it ain't the bridge troll that lives downstairs. Gentlemen, it's standards. It's standards. The point I'm trying to make, I'm having a little fun, you know. I hope no one takes it as I'm body shaming, but you understand standards. You need to keep your standards for the type of women that you go for, okay? And this is not just in looks. This is up here too. I've met many of dime pieces, many of potentially, you could say, supermodel looking women who just had a toxic nothing, just gross, just nothing going on upstairs. You know what I'm saying? So standards. As a matter of fact, I was on a date a couple days ago. Basically, we met up at this place called Whiskey Cake, restaurant, bar and grill. She shows up, and it was my fault. I didn't vet her properly enough. She shows up not looking like what she looked like in the photo. Now, I already made, you know what I mean, drawbacks, because I have a certain type of culturally ethnic type of woman I'm into. All my friends are laughing. They know what kind of women I'm into. But she did not look like the photo. So I already made adjustments and being more universal and accepting. And here she shows up not looking like the photo, a couple of pounds overweight. And then even admits it to my face that she's gained weight, blamed it on some shots, some birth control shots, and she said she gained weight and blah, blah, blah. Then later, as I dug deeper, you find out she was a habitual marijuana smoker and she has the munchies, and that's the real reason why she's overweight, because she just shoves garbage in her mouth late at night, midnight munchie attack, right? So my main point is, that's my main point. Keep your standards. That woman, she got X'd out right when the night was over. I was cordial, I was nice, but at the end, she got cut off like a knife. I don't even entertain that. Even if I had to do the hardest thing on other dates where the woman was just a beautiful, gorgeous, almost looking like Giselle Bündchen, right? And I couldn't keep in contact with her. I couldn't mess with her. I couldn't get down with her because it was so toxic up here. What came out, what she was talking about, it was so toxic. It was so, I already been down that road. It would have just led me into a Jerry Springer land. You know what I mean? Drama, just, you know what I mean? So it's even so, my standards, she met the look standards, right? She didn't meet the other standards. She was a liability. You understand? So yes, gentlemen, keep your standards. Keep your standards. Stick to your guns with that. Stick to your guns. If you feel that intuition up here or you feel it here, your heart, say, no, 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 keep it moving. Listen to your heart. Don't let your hormones, don't let your you know, even if you've been on a celibate spree, don't let your hormones, your horniness, nothing make you lower your standards. Oh, it's, you know, pull a Bill Clinton like he did back in the day, where, you know, he looked at Monica Lewinsky and he was like, okay, I don't have time. Come on, let's go. No, you don't do that. You keep your standards. You don't pull a Bill Clinton. Don't do that. You will regret it. Every time I used to pull a Bill Clinton in my younger days, I always regretted it. And you will regret it too. And that's also why it's so vital that you keep your standards, keep your integrity, have quality control check. Remember, it's not all about it's quality. It's not all about quantity. You know what I mean? It's the quality of life. It's the quality of women, or woman, singular, that you deal with. You understand? Okay, let's go to number 3. Number 3. This is the most vital thing. This took me forever to conquer this one. Number 3. You're gonna laugh when you hear this. Conquer your solitude. The ability to be alone. This is so vital, and I know I'm gonna get in trouble with this one because I got friends that they're married and probably they're not gonna like what I'm gonna say. But gentlemen, if you don't learn how to conquer being alone, loneliness sets in. And what we just talked about, your standards, they go down. Because loneliness is a you know what I'm saying? I had a close working relationship with a gentleman who ended up ending his own life when I was contracting in Kuwait. You know what I mean? Marine veteran, war vet, Marine, tough as nails. You know, one of them cool looking white dudes. You know, sleeve tattoos. He was it. He was the Chad, right? That loneliness got to him. You know, one day he offed himself at some party, jumped off the balcony, and it was over because that loneliness got to him. You understand? The loneliness can get to you is you end up getting in relationships that are not meant for you. You end up, and I know some people can relate to this, you end up marrying someone that you're not supposed to be with, that you're not aligned together. You know what I mean? You're not congruent going in the same, emotionally the same. You're not on the same frequency. So if you don't conquer, you know, that, learn to be alone. Learn to keep yourself busy. Learn, you know, if you got to get rid of the ADD, to meditate, to calm your nerves, because I have a bunch of nervous energy. Learn to read, learn to better yourself, learn to make that money by grinding and sitting down and, you know what I mean, to learn what you need to learn and apply it, because that's what it's really about. But if you don't conquer your loneliness, look, I was a victim to it too. When I was in my younger years, I married just a crazy girl that just made my life a living hell. It was drama, it was Jerry Springer. And why did I get with her? Because I was lonely. You know what I mean? I wasn't meant for her. And that's the same thing I warn for all the gentlemen out there. Do not let loneliness sneak up on you, because the toughest of men been slayed by that. Learn to be okay to be alone. Learn to enjoy yourself being alone. And when you do that, the strength that you get out of that is phenomenal. It's crazy. It's crazy, but it's like lifting weights. It takes practice. It's not something that happens overnight. It's easier said than done. But that is probably the 3 strictest core values for 2021 that I would give for every man. You know, your health, standards, and learn to be alone. Okay, learn to love yourself, learn to enjoy the silence sometimes, learn it, because those are the 3 main things. If you don't, life can get very ugly. Life can get very ugly, you know what I'm saying? So this has been another Travel and Bang. Please subscribe, press like, leave a comment, check out my book, Razor Blade Romance, on Amazon. There's been another one. Yo, hit me up, email me, drop me a comment, you know what I'm saying? Till next time, people.